Hey, this is Jonathan Aceves with Maybom Commercial, where we help small business people make wise decisions with their commercial real estate investments. Today, we're going to be talking about residual value for your 1031 exchange. What is residual value? Well, if you're considering a 1031 exchange, you've probably created a T-table like this where you're looking at investment, you're looking at an initial amount of money going into a deal, you're looking at cash flows coming out of the deal to you every year, and then you've got this exit price of what you're going to exit the investment out of. You take Excel, you type in the IRR calculator, and you highlight all these numbers, and it'll spit out to you some number, 7.05% or something like that. That's assuming that you've got your exit value. Now, what many people do is they buy at a given cap. So say that this is a 7.05 cap acquisition price. You've got your cash flows, and then you've got an exit. Now, what we've seen lately with some triple net investments that people have purchased with 1031 exchanges is that the buildings themselves don't have a second generation user. That would be something like a Dollar General or a Checkers. A Dollar General building is a 9 or 10,000 square foot building, usually in a rural area, and generally they're the only tenant that could occupy that building. And so should Dollar General decide at the end of 10 years that they want to change to a different building, or they want to not occupy that building, the investor now is left with a dark 10,000 square foot building in a market where generally there's not a whole lot of retail use for that building. And so where Dollar General may have paid you a very good rent, now your residual value, the value for that building after the lease, is very low. So we've seen the same thing with Checkers. Checkers, many may know, had the Star Chain. Was a very large franchise group out of Atlanta, declared bankruptcy, and a lot of those stores were thrown into chaos. The leases were cut dramatically, and so most of the owners are, being paid 50% of what they were paid beforehand, and the credit worthiness of the tenant now is in question. So whereas you could have bought a Star Chain Checkers at a 7 cap, 2 years ago. Now you couldn't sell a Star Chain Checkers at a 9% discount on the rents. And so that is one, that's terrible news. The other thing that many have realized through this experience is that the Checkers building itself does not have a second generation user. It's a 800 square foot building with double drive-throughs. And so in our market, there is not a national credit user that could lease a space like that. And so worst case scenario, you buy a Checkers at a 7 cap at $1.6 million. You're paid a series of rents on that, and your exit on that might be $500,000. Whereas you would have needed to really sell this thing at $1 million, $1.6 million or $1.8 million or something. You would have hoped to exit this investment at a 6 or 7% return. So the big takeaway here is consider the residual value. Tax appraisals are a good key to that. If you look at a tax appraisal and it's a fraction of what you're buying an investment for, that's a clue. Ask a broker if there are users that can occupy that space. So what's your exit plan should the tenant leave at the conclusion of the lease? Well, thanks for watching again. I'm Jonathan Aceves with Maybom Commercial. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.